Like, what's going on, man? Welcome to Vibe Check Podcast and your wonderful host, Steven, aka Surfer Dude. Welcome to episode number 3, dude. Here with me are my special guests, Avery and Violetta, dude. They're here to, talk about, what their beginnings were and then what they are now, and then we're gonna look at also down at their future, mans. We're also down in the downtown area, down in the Cerberus office space. I'm not gonna lie, I might have butchered that, but it's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Avery, dude. I'm sorry. But alright, dudes. Like, let's get this, party rolling, man. We're always here for the vibes, and that's just how it goes, man. So, Avery, dude, like, come on, tell us about yourself, man. Like, what was like the beginning, like, of all this, like, long and very, like, super long, like, journey you've like seemed to have, man.
Yeah, of course. Well, hello, everyone. If you don't know who I am Avery Rose. I've been living in Los Santos for about 2.5 years. I've been loving my life here. I kind of made it to the top and whatnot, but we don't need to talk about that yet. But anyways, yeah. I moved to Los Santos, like I said, 2.5 years ago. I started from the bottom. I was a shy, poor girl who worked at the vineyard as a full-time job, picking grapes, stomping grapes. And then I unfortunately got married within 30 minutes of my first date, the guy named Mark, but we don't need to talk about him. But anyways, then I met Ross, and Ross kind of, took me to the stars. He kind of took me out of my shell and got me going with a lot of things. So I think a lot of my success to him. Um, but yeah, I started with working at the vineyard. I spent a lot of time there, and then I moved on and started working at the Vanilla Unicorn. I was a stripper, and I was damn good at it. And yeah, I made a lot of money. Um, and then then started my career as a mechanic. I worked part time at Auto Exotics, and then moved on over to Hayes, and from there started my journey as an amazing mechanic in Los Santos, working my way up the food chain there, and soon becoming the owner. There was a good friend named Joe who gave me ownership of Hayes Auto, and till this day, I still have the reins. We moved over to ESA, and yeah, the rest is history. But yeah, that's uh, the rest kind of like writes itself. I just we moved over to ESA a year ago. I acquired my second business of the VU. Um, Left the VU. I acquired Bean Machine and left it in the hands of this woman sitting right next to me.
What's your Violetta, by the way, bro, ham dudes? Because I know, dude. It's only audio stuff. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Hello.
man. To go back to the question, going over to Violetta, dude. What was your beginning, dude? And we'll actually be talking more about your guys' friendship later in this beautiful, wonderful podcast. But what was your beginning like, Violetta, dude?
So I flew to Los Santos after I graduated med school. So as soon as I got here, I applied at the hospital and I started working at Pillbox. So I started off as just a EMS, and then I got a side gig at another restaurant. Made my way up to manager. I switched to Bean Machine probably around November. Um, and then after that, I kind of just worked my way to manager there. And then now I am the owner, thanks to Avery. Um, and she still co-owns it with me. But yeah, no, I mine's pretty basic. I haven't been here quite a year yet, so if anything, I feel like my journey with the business world is kind of just getting started.
Okay, dude, that sounds like radical, man. That sounds great, man. But like, let's get back. Let's get to the chase. That probably some bro. I'm not gonna say all broskies, but maybe I'm curious as you know, as a stonehead man. What blossomed this let's just say partnership or like partner in crime relationship between you two broskies, man. It's like if you don't mind me asking, we can start with cause we start with Avery. Let's go with Violetta. Let's hear your take on it, bro. About like the start of
To
the day.
be fair, we, that we didn't start on the wrong, like the right foot. But you know, the fact that we're so close today is, I feel like, very shocking to both of
Yeah.
us. Because, you know, we didn't meet in the best circumstance, which we don't have to talk about on the podcast, but you know, it was not passing the vibe check at all.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and then after the obstacle got out of the way, you know, I both kind of just girls who want to see other girls find their way in the business world. Like, I just kind of support strong women in the community because, you know, I feel like having a sensitivity with other strong women can just make it their situation for everyone. So I think after we kind of got whatever obstacle was like stopping us from being really close, and we kind of like took each other, well, kind of, I don't know, kind of just clicked automatically. I want to hear your take on it.
Yeah, I was about to say, Avery, if you want to like, if she, because she seems like she wants to pass the torch to you, bro, man. You're all
Yeah.
good, dude.
So, yeah, so I had known about Violetta when I was, one of the leaders in the triads, back in the day. And I learned about Violetta, and not gonna lie, I'm gonna be truthful. I didn't take a liking to her for other reasons. Um, but you know, you can never judge a book by its cover. And that was a mistake that I made. But yeah, we kind of just hit it off after one situation that needs to be rectified. And after that, we've been inseparable since. She is like the sister I've always wanted, um, and is definitely my ride or die. I'm not really that close with many girls uh, in the city, due to the fact that I'm just so busy and always running around, and not many people are like-minded with me with the business realm and everything. So finding Violetta and kind of having a girl to confide in and whatnot, especially with my me being surrounded by so many guy friends. It's really refreshing because there's things you could talk about with the girl that you can't talk about with the guy. So
I
yeah.
understand. I understand. It's always like it's always like back and forth. But actually, or I'm gonna actually bounce back to the topic that Violetta was actually getting into because I actually do have a question. The one thing I can say though, broski dude, and this is something I'm just gonna like pardon my part. It's actually really like awesome to see so many, not even just like owners or businesses around. It's really nice to see that there's a good balance between male and female owners of well-established businesses, as your guys' businesses as well as SSP, and then a couple others as well that I can't name off the top of my head because I'm not gonna lie, dude. Little stoner, dude. Just like how it goes, man. But just to like bounce off to you, Avery, let's bounce to you. What's your take on like this whole, in a way, trying to think it in like a very nice time, like takeover of like female owners of businesses around down in this like fine city, dude. I've like it's increasing, dude. It's crazy. That and
Oh,
then management, dude. It's crazy.
yeah. So funny enough, before I was a business owner and whatnot and got into the realm of business, there wasn't a lot of female owners around. So it's been really nice to see that there's women of power, and I think that is a beautiful thing and should be praised because I feel like women get a lot of shit for being in positions of power. But so I think that having a lot more women who are more business oriented and wanting to be management and wanting to own a business is a beautiful thing and very empowering and inspirational as well. Um, so I love it. Bring on more women to be in more powerful um, positions and whatnot.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. Violet, would you like to add anything else to Avery said about the topic of females rise of? I would say like I don't know, like more of a good balance now, between females and males when it comes to ownership and managementship of businesses around the city.
Yeah, actually, and just for like businesses, just like in general, how like there's powerful women in all positions, whether it be Josie or hospital or in the Chamber of Commerce. Like all these places have really powerful women who know what they're talking about, and are going to like be the force that like take over the race. I think so. I just think it's really cool in general.
Oh yeah, dude, it's absolutely crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot. My boss lady would kick my butt. Hilara for backside skateboards as well. I didn't want to forget it. I'm sorry. I remembered. Don't worry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, dudes. So let's actually get into the let's just say like the meat of the pie, dude. Let's hear about your business model that you guys recently started to pop around Twitter. I've seen recently with these startups. Let's
Yeah.
which one of you would you like to answer? I know you both are like I know Violetta is VP and I know Avery's owner. So I don't know which one of you guys wants to like
I
start
mean,
off with the
I'll let you
explanation.
start and then just like kind of piggyback off of you.
Okay. Yeah. So Cerberus was founded by me. So it is essentially a new, polished idea that was started about a year and a half ago. It was formerly known as Icarus, but we rebranded. We decided to, start on a new, fresh plate and help out, people who are wanting to start a business but don't know how to start. So Cerberus essentially helps with that. Basically, what we do, we go in, we make appointments with people so that we can tell them how to successfully start a business or an idea that they're wanting to start a business and how to execute that and to help them along the way, basically mentoring them, and also giving them a helping hand if they need, and also giving a hand in management and whatnot. We have a bunch of people who work for Cerberus who are have specially. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Who specialize in certain um,
Field
departments.
dude. Yeah.
Yep, so that they can help. So like we have like Violetta here is my VP of operations. She is basically like my right hand. She is also like-minded with me and knows what we want for the company. And Our director of logistics is Kat, who also works at Bean Machine. She is amazing at doing financials and handling numbers and keeping track of everything. And Yeah, it's been growing. We're looking at two new people to bring in for head of HR as well as director of development and research. So yeah, we are growing. We just want to make sure that everyone who has an idea of building a business and starting a business, whatnot, has a helping hand in it, and we want to make sure that everyone succeeds together. Um, and just be there along the way to basically lend a helping hand because it's really hard and very difficult to figure out how to start a business and how to be successful in Los Santos, especially when you have competitors and a bunch of people who have many similar ideas. Like, how can you stand out and how can you bring customers to want to shop at a place that you're opening? Since I've been doing this for about, nearly 2 years now, I think that I have a good grip on what um, makes a business successful, how to cater to the citizens of Los Santos and how to bring in good revenue and profit and to deal with all of that. So yeah.
Oh, of course, man. Violetta, would you like to add like a sprinkle of cheese or anything that
Sure.
Avery said?
Yeah, so basically it's just really exciting. Obviously Avery is the one who kind of took me under her wing and showed me how to be a successful manager first. And then me into I'm the owner of a very successful, well-off, well-oiled machine business. Um, so between her experience and then just me being under her training and seeing how she runs things, I feel like um, giving other people the knowledge that we've acquired from our time here and just making it give up on ideas they have because of just silly things rectified is really exciting, and I'm excited to see like the people and what they can come up with.
Oh, okay, dude. Let's just throw out like a basic question because I already know probably some of the viewers and probably some of the broskies that are watching later down the line are probably gonna ask, how do you acquire, a like what is like the first step to, are we supposed to get in contact with you, Avery, or like what's the like the initial first step that if a broski were to have, a business idea that they want to like, show to you to see if it's actually worthy of, like going to the next step, if you know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about.
Yeah, of course. So we usually post on Twitter or the adverts of our business cards. And we're always open to making appointments with people just so we can bring them in and basically have a talk. I just want them to pitch their idea to me as if I'm just, a normal person. And then I give my feedback. We work together with ideas and how to get this started without the need of having to, you know, go through an official route, you know? I want them to be prepared and put in the work and whatnot to show that they are capable of handling this business on their own and handling a business in general, just so they can be prepared to go to the next step so that they can, apply for, maybe like, government assistance or something like that so that they can get a backing from the government. Um, and when the government looks over it, they'll be like, oh, yeah, they are actually doing well for themselves. They're actually being motivated and putting in work into this. And, here's the numbers that they have to bring us with profit and revenue of what their company is making. And yeah, so we basically just go over all of that. We hit all of those points. Um, I go over making great business proposals for with them so that they know the requirement and what is needed to catch the eye of the council to be approved and whatnot. So yeah.
Okay, dude. Violetta, would you like to add anything to what Avery said or no? Just want to double check.
No, I think she did a really good job explaining it.
Okay, dude. I'm gonna pop up the next question because it's one of those cases I'm just popping like questions that I already know some people are gonna have to ask anyways. Um, what like is it one of those cases to where the second that the business does hit, to a certain point, were you guys like is it always attached to to this company itself, dude? Or is it like one of those cases like, like mama bird, like you're nursing the baby and then let the baby fly kind of thing like at a certain point, or is it
Yeah,
like always attached?
yeah, no, it is not going to be always attached. So essentially, how we work off of this is that if people agree to work with Cerberus, we just take a one-time fee, which is not gonna lie, doesn't break the bank at all. And then once we work together and we see that you are doing well on your own, we're not gonna ask for profits. We're not gonna ask for anything like that. We're gonna just let you take it over and go off on your own and venture off. We're the reason why I made this is I'm not really in it for the money. I'm in it to see other businesses succeed because too many times I've seen business owners take over and the places die within a month or less than a month, and it's really discouraging to see. So that is the whole reason why I decided to make this company and build it out because I want to make sure that, Los Santos is being filled with healthy and strong businesses that can succeed through anything.
Okay, dude. I'm gonna bounce it back to you, Violetta. Do you have anything to add? Anything to the procedure or no? Just want to double check, you know.
No.
Okay, man. Trying to think of something else off the top of my dome. So yeah, just yeah, from what I'm gathering, you can like answer. I was gonna refine, what you said into a stoner's brain perspective. So it's essentially like, I come to you, I pitch you the idea, and at some point or another, if the idea is a really good idea and something I want to pursue, I just like you come up with some sum, which I'm gonna guess the sum is two two things, which is one, to show your determination for this business or the risk you want to take for the business, and
Hmm.
then then you go in advance, and it just also pays the employees for putting all the work in for the research and all
Hmm.
that stuff and appointments and all that
Yep.
stuff. Okay, dude, yeah. So yeah, or for mainlanders talks, they're like the training wheels to the bike, dude. Before you learn how to drive it, and then they, and it's I'm gonna guess it's one of those cases that the owner chooses whenever he wants to be, released or,
Yeah.
not getting
So
contact kind of thing.
yeah, of course. So once we feel, that everything's going smoothly, because we will watch over the company. We don't want to like do all of this and then be like, okay, bye, you're on your own, and then see them fail within like a week of us being kind of just like taken away from them. We want to make sure that they understand and um have a good grip on the whole back end part, because running a business, the back end is the most important, because that is going to be your foundation. So what I mean by back end is, making sure your financials are good, making sure you have a budget for yourself, making sure that you have enough money at the end of the week to pay your employees, making sure that your books are up to date and you're keeping up with that. We want to make sure that they understand the work that needs to be put into a business to keep it a oiled machine and to be successful. We don't want to just attach yourself to someone, work with them for, a week or two, and then disconnect ourselves and then see them fail. We don't want that. We don't want a fail story. We don't want to see people that are clients that we've worked with, fail later on down the line. We want to actually help them, build them up, and when they get comfortable and we see that they're comfortable enough and that we believe that, they're doing well enough, and I think that we have provided a well oiled machine, or give them, enough insight on how to do things, and we see that they understand it, then we would cut ourselves off and move away from them.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes total sense for a stoner's brain's perspective. Um,
Well, and that's also not to say they can't ever come back if they start to struggle and they need some more help. They're always welcome to like come back and, hey, having a hard time getting a grip on this. Do you mind stepping in and helping again? Like, I'm sure it's still a concept. Uh, Even if they chose to never break off from the company, that I'm sure will offer some type like back end services and like to make
like a
sure that
helpline.
their financials are still like in check and all that. So at the end of the day, I think it's probably just gonna be we'll be involved as much as they're comfortable for us to be.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense, dude. So like kind of like a hotline, but now that my pretty much like my final question, I'm not gonna lie. Would you guys also be like okay with like if it's like a business that like for an example, they go through the whole process but they don't go to you and they're like midway but then they're like I'm trying to think what a mainlander call it. Like they're stuck, like they hit a brick wall. That's another good term. Would you
Yeah.
guys, assist if they come to you for like help kind of thing, like with that?
Yeah, I mean, we don't turn away anyone. If people need help, people need help. But the thing is, I'm going to say this right now, is that we'll help you, but we don't want to hold your hand, if that makes sense. We want you to put in the work and we will guide you, but we're not going to do all the work for you so that, you get so attached to us, if that makes sense. Like, we want, this is a whole mentorship and like advisement to where, they will learn on their own, and won't need us afterwards because
Oh,
they'll understand how it works.
okay, dude. I was okay. Then I'll just go back to. I don't know if like what year is with the reference. I was gonna think of like a bike with training wheels. You know, I work at backside, so I gotta use bikes.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
as a thing of like, you guys are the training wheels, but you guys aren't the pedals. They're the pedals. They have to push the
Yep.
pedals.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay, dude. With that being said, that's everything I could think of off the top of my brain. Any up wrapped ups? You guys, future plans besides like, probably possibly expanding. I know you're saying something about like you guys already actually have a couple businesses slash clientele that are actually like moving on to the next phase with this business and all that stuff you were saying.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So we also have a couple of businesses under Cerberus. We have, Cerberus Studios, which is the photography studio, and then we also have Cerberus Interiors, which works alongside with Cerberus. We have a couple of interior designers that work under Cerberus Interiors, so it's been going good. Um, I actually just purchased a property, which is down at Bishop's. What the fuck? That's going to be coming soon to Los Santos. It's going to be a museum, essentially, that's going to be available to the public. Go there for a nice little date night, go there to rent out the place for a whole party for something, or go there to visit just with your friends and stuff like that. So yeah, look out for that. That's going to be coming soon. Once the construction team is all done with making it all nice and pretty and moving in all the cool artifacts. But yeah, that's going to be next on the agenda.
Do you have anything future wise for not Cerberus itself, but ESA, um, VU, or for you, Violetta, for the Beam Machine? You guys have any like future plans you guys want to share with our wonderful fun audience that's been staying here for the entire time?
Yeah, ESA, there's no plans currently. We still are working on our used car dealership, which has been in the works since I purchased ESA. But that should be getting close to being done, hopefully. But other than that, the VU is running smoothly. We're still going to work out some kinks that we have. We also are looking into hosting an event here shortly. It's going to be a fun little event. But yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else for my other businesses. I can pass it on to you, Violetta.
As far as goes, just we'll throw little events here and there, or like theme days in the shop, but nothing too big, nothing too crazy. We're working on a new membership. Um, so other than that, that's about it.
Okay, dudes. With that being said, dudes, I think we're gonna put a wrap on the vibe check today, man. At the end, I'm just gonna wrap this all up, dudes. To any broskies, because I know you guys saw probably the last podcast. I will be doing podcasts for every kind of like event that is, gives at least a week in advance and stuff like that. I will be trying to sit down with every broski. So in the future, if you guys, are thinking about doing any kind of event, I don't care if it's business or some kind of car show or anything, dude. This is an opportunity. Just hit me up. I'm easy to find, dude. If you can't hit me up on the cell phone, just go to the beach and just find a broski riding a surfboard, man. But yeah, man. Also, with the vibe checks, man. If you have big plans coming up, dudes, I'm not even gonna lie, man. Can't talk about it, cause stoneheads can't whisper too much, dude, and it can't stay together, dude. But yeah, man. Any kind of like sponsorships or anything for future episodes whatsoever, or anything else like that, man. Just like hit me up, dudes. Like I said, I'm pretty easy to find or somewheres, man. Or just offer me a joint and I'll probably find it or something, dude. It's just how it goes. But alright, man. Everyone has a wonderful day, dudes. Get high, stand on the beach, dude. Put your toes in the sand, man. Enjoy life, dude. Peace and love, man. I'll see you guys later, deuces, dude.